Hey y'all, just going to show you a little saturation roller work. I got all the glass on the part there. Got it sitting down pretty good, no major air voids. I've already run over it with the saturation roller, but what this does is almost like a concrete finisher. Brings the cream to the top, right? Pushes the rocks and the aggregate down and brings the smooth, creamy stuff to the top. What this does is it pops all the little air bubbles in the glass from using the brush that get trapped under there and pushes the resin through the material back up to the top. You can tell a good part, a well-laid part, will not have big puddles of resin on it. There's actually a ratio. You actually would weigh the material, and then a chart would tell you to how much weight worth of resin to use. I've been doing this for so long that I don't I don't need to look. I could probably squeegee out the brush there. There might be a little bit left there. Back when I first got started, I'd use it all until it was gone because I felt like, gee, I'm wasting it if I don't. But I got a lot better at measuring and mixing. And yeah, that looks pretty good. I mean, it looks really good. Let me crack the door open a little bit. We'll get a little light on it. See it a little bit better. I want the whole neighborhood looking in here. But there you go. Not bad. Not a bad gig. She looks pretty good. I added a little bit of extra stuff right at the bottom, like I said I was going to. Well, that's it. I mean, there really isn't any overly wet stuff. You see, when the roller starts picking it back up, you're about done messing with it. But there you go. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any big lumps to it or anything. It's pretty straightforward stuff. Run some 36 or 40 grit over it just to knock the goob off. What you get with this resin is in the resin itself is a paraffin wax, and it rises to the top of the layup as it cures, and it has to because the paraffin wax seals the resin from the atmosphere. Without doing that, it would stay sticky all the time. It would remain sticky all the time. That's why if you're gonna say stuff went off on you in the middle of getting this done, you didn't get your second layer on. What you do is let it kick off, and then you'd scuff it all down with some rough sandpaper and maybe a rag with some acetone and wipe it off, because you got to clear that paraffin wax before you put a second layer down, or the plies will come apart. That happened with my air box here when Sherry accidentally knocked the go-kart off the stand. The piece that I had in between, when I made the pieces, I forgot to sand the top and bottom, and when I bonded it in, one good jolt jar it coming off the stand knocked it loose. So even pros like me make mistakes, right? That's it, folks. We're playing around. We'll let that kick off. We'll give it a few minutes. Go in the house, grab us a bottle of water, check the time, see what's going on. We'll clean the brush, clean the roller. Granted, it's only 99-cent brush, but you know, I've had some of these things, these 99-cent brushes, for 10 years. Most of the hair started coming out of them and stuff. I'm cheap, man. It's just that's the way they taught us. Is you gotta take care of your equipment and clean everything up. And then we'll go ahead and throw the hair dryer on it after it starts kicking and get it to go. We'll get the bottom trimmed up. We'll pop it off. We'll bring you all that stuff soon. Okay? So, there we go. Your moldless composite.